All right, so you're running a company, right? You're trying to make a profit. These days, it feels like the world is throwing all sorts of curveballs at you.
Uh-huh.
Climate change,
Yeah.
inequality, not to mention we're running out of resources left and right. It's not enough to just chase the bottom line anymore, is it?
No, no, it's not. You need a whole new game plan. And that's where this whole idea of sustainability comes in. Like, it's changing how we think about leadership and even how they're teaching future MBAs in business school.
Yeah, I was reading this really fascinating article in Times Live. Times Live. It's all about how the University of Cape Town's MBA program is leading the charge in this whole sustainability thing.
Really? Tell me more.
Well, get this. It's not just the best in Africa. It's also ranked 7th in the world for sustainability by Corporate Knights magazine. 7th. That's pretty impressive, right?
Whoa, hold on. Seventh in the whole world. That's huge! But what does that actually mean? Like, what makes them so special?
That's exactly what we're going to dive into today. Like, why is UCT suddenly a global superstar when it comes to sustainability? And what does this mean for the future of business, not just in Africa, but everywhere?
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Okay, so first off, we got to give props to Corporate Knights magazine, right? They don't mess around. When they rank MBA programs, they're looking at the big picture. How well are these schools integrating sustainability into every aspect of their program?
Right, and we're not just talking about, like, throwing a recycling bin in the corner and calling it a day. Corporate Knights bases their ranking on how well a school aligns with the UN's Sustainable Development Goals,
Mhm.
tackling things like poverty, clean energy, responsible production and consumption, all that good stuff.
Exactly. It's about looking beyond just making a profit. It's about making a positive impact on the world. And that's where UCT is really shining. But what I found really interesting is that they didn't just, like, inch their way up the ranking.
How so?
Last year, they weren't even in the top 20. They jumped up 20 places this year.
Wow. That's a pretty big leap. It sounds like they're really serious about making this work.
Seriously. And you know what really struck me? Times Live actually quoted Dr. Catherine Dagan. She's the director of UCT's Graduate School of Business. And she said that this achievement puts UCT on the map globally. Like, Africa is stepping up and showing the world how it's done.
You know what I think is really cool about that quote? It challenges this old idea that innovation always comes from, like, North America or Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
UCT is proving that Africa is a force to be reckoned with. They're coming up with solutions that are relevant not just for Africa, but for everyone, everywhere.
And I think it also highlights a shift that's happening in business education as a whole. This isn't just about one school in Africa, it's a global movement. More and more business schools are realizing that sustainability isn't just a nice thing to have, it's essential for success.
Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. How exactly is UCT doing this? What makes their MBA program stand out from the crowd?
Well, for starters, they're not just teaching theory. They're giving their students hands-on practical skills to tackle real-world sustainability problems. They're learning about things like strategic planning for renewable energy, ethical supply chain management, and how to lead organizations through big, complex social and environmental changes.
So they're focusing on adaptive leadership.
Yes, that's a key part of it. Businesses in Africa often face really unique sustainability challenges. Things like resource scarcity, social inequality, the impact of climate change, you name it. UCT's MBA program is specifically designed to help their graduates deal with these complexities, come up with creative solutions, and lead with a real sense of social and environmental responsibility.
It reminds me of this UCT MBA grad I read about. He started this company that provides off-grid solar power to rural communities.
See, they're not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk.
Right. That's what I love about it. It's all about action.
And that's exactly why this deep dive is so important, even if you're not in business school. This shift towards sustainability is happening everywhere, and it's going to affect all of us. As more businesses prioritize sustainability, it's going to change how things are made, how services are provided, how entire industries work.
It feels like we're at a real turning point, doesn't it? So here's my final thought for everyone listening. If this focus on sustainability is changing the business world, what could it mean for other sectors? What about government, nonprofits, even the arts? Could this be the start of a much bigger shift in society as a whole, a shift toward a more sustainable future?
That's a great question to consider. It's not just about business anymore, is it? It's about all of us working together to create a better world.
Exactly. All right, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for having me. It's been a great conversation.
You too.